Folks, welcome to group break number 671. We have the pick your team case of 25-26 extended. Here are all of your teams. Again, teams are here. I can just hide this. This is just what I use to sort them by username better and paste them into the whatnot description. But good luck, folks. Let's have some fun. Again, full case. Whee! This case didn't have those bad side shipping, right? Yeah, no. Alright. I'm going from the bottom just because it is a lot better display-wise. Look, the box just already wanting to fall out. Whee! Whee! Alright, let's pull... What do we want to see? Oh, let me unpin this. I'm sorry. It's pinned. Let me unpin this. Day with the cup crotch? Yeah, the Gustav Forsling. Just unfortunate placement, or fortunate. Thomas Milic outburst. Alright. Kane retro outburst. Alright, he's the other young gun. I'm going with the middle box here. Good luck. Okay, we'll be live next Wednesday. If I didn't adjust the show time for it on the site, it'll just be the next show that says bookmark me. Just bookmark that one. That'll be the next Wednesday show. Brady Martin debut patch, debit patch. I mean, hey, if you hit the debut patch, you'll get some debit. Lobster, no, this is it for today. We will do more next Wednesday. We will do more next Wednesday. All good. Probably next Wednesday, potentially next Friday. I don't want to say next Friday's stream is set in stone yet, but we will see. So, yeah, just bookmark that next show. All right, here we go. Good luck. Seneca, Kamel, and Aziv for the Wild on the holographics. Shane, take a chance on me with a Kyle Connor and a Kairu, Jets and Blues. Logan Cooley for Utah, Draisaitl, and a Sam Rinzel rookie update to 1999. Space there. Nico Sturm, Hayden, Anton Lundell, Michael Misa, first round rookies, Austin Matthews. Hit him with the 4. Remember when that song came out? Mitch Marner, Matthew Wood. I swear we've pulled this playoff Ottinger in 3 out of 5 cases that we've done. Absolutely wild. Tristan Burrows for the Penguins. We got a Kamel again and a Devontae, sorry. We've pulled this variation so frequently. Like, too frequently, if you ask me. I'm curious once I sit down and count how many base parallels we've pulled in our... This will be, what, our 5th case? And then, yeah, Dallas doesn't have much. There's a reason why they're priced. To be fair, they're priced accordingly, but I'll be curious to see what the print run, like the rough print run on this is, because it seems like we're getting about 4 deluxes and 2 exclusives per case, which puts it at 250 times 100 divided by 2 essentially for a print run. Or sorry, 250 times 250 divided by 4. Which is the same as like 100 times 250 divided by 2.5 or whatever the math is. All right, here we go. Hagel with a Kaskimaki for the Blues, and a Brady Martin. Kopitar for the Kings, Michael Misa, and a Carter Verhaeghe, outbursty boy. Kucherov with a Nick Lardis Young Guns, nice one there, and Jesper Bratt on the pros and prospects. Brady Martin, Nico Hischier, and Anze Kopitar. Bo Horvat, Schemler, and Victor Hedman on the canvas. And finishing off this box seems pretty weak so far. Jarvis, Wierenski, and Easton Cowan Dazzlers. I guess we got the variation. But relatively, like, quieter box. Nice Lardis, though. I think Lardis is going to be a player to keep your eye on. Again, he's either going to... Like, if he hits at the NHL level, he's going to be playing with, like, Frondell, Nazer, or Bedard. Which, like, you know... All three players very good. Yeah. Alright. Well, I think we start with the worst box of the case. Can only go uphill from here. Unless you have Dallas. Dallas, it's unfortunately probably only downhill from here. But have not hit the Murashov 1/1 yet. If we do, then I'll be ecstatic. We've still only pulled, but to be fair, we've probably ripped open between like all the years of Series 1, Series 2 that have come out, like close to 100 cases, if not more. We've still only pulled one gold outburst, and it wasn't even technically part of the base set. It was a Mitch Marner Young Guns gold outburst. Yeah, I've easily opened up 100 cases of this, I think, by now, if not more. Hagel, Groshev, Brady Martin, the Brady Bunch, Kopitar, Zach Wierenski, and Radek Faksa. Kucherov for the Bolts, and for the Ducks, not waiting until the last box, Beckett Seneca. Right out of the gate, let's get Beckett. Get the Beckett to PSA. Misa on the UD3. Brady Martin, Michael Misa, Patrick Laine, Assignment Sparkly Boys. Bo Horvat, Davidson, Ryan Graves, Beckett to Beckett, yeah. Seth Jarvis, Nico Hischier, and Ville Koivunen on the Dazzlers. Yeah. It will be. It'd be nice if they... I mean, I'd say it'd be nice if they lost some market share, but I don't think it really matters. Another Seneca, a Bratt, and a clear cut of Joel Hanley for the Flames. Like, the only place that it matters is if they lose them to, like, Tag. Lambos, Kamel, and Braden Point. But... Logan Cooley, Kyle Connor, and Tyson Forster to 100 on the exclusives for the Flyers. Lundell, another Seneca, and Young Gun canvas of Hunter Skinner for the Blues. Marner, Draisaitl, and Isaac Howard pink Dazzlers. Isaac Howard, sorry. We got the Nazar canvas coming up. Enstrom, Wood, and Frank Nazar. Sorry, Nazar, not Nazar. Yeah. I still don't get how and why PS. I mean, like, I know it's because, like, Gary Vee and people like that just kind of pumping up PSA at that time. But when PSA got big, they were at the center of, like, the altered cards getting graded and passing through scan that they were doing on eBay. With, I think it was, like, I forget what company it was with, but there was, like, backdooring stuff. And they got bigger during that time, which to me is just wild. Like, that should sink a grading company, but instead they got bigger. And that was just sports cards too, right? Because I think Pokemon eventually, like, took over and carried them for it, but... But hey, like, I get people that like the look of their slabs. I think part of it too is just like the logic of... Yeah, the logic of, like, oh, a 10's a 10. And, like, I honestly think it was easier to get a 10 with... I mean, it is easier to get a 10 with PSA than it is to get a 10 with Beckett. But see, I'm someone who likes the subgrades because it's just, like, a good 9.5? Heck yeah. Like, 9.5s across the board. I like a 9.5 across the board as much as a 10, if not more. Because you're just like, yeah, no, it's pretty close. Or, like, getting 2 10s, a 9.5, and a 9. It's so much better than just like, oh, what? And then, like, then you can actually see and at least kind of understand, like, oh, that's what happened. That's why my card got dinged on the grade, right? All right. Next box. Yeah, most of the stuff that I got graded was with Beckett for that reason. Yeah, he is not a happy camper right now. I'm just gonna see if I'm just gonna see if I don't know who takes Beckett in Canada. I'm sure there's some aggregate graders that do it, but I haven't had that issue in the past with Beckett. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Duties always sucks. Yeah, the apparently he just keeps lying down in his bed and then sitting back up and crying. Hopefully it's not because he can hear me, but again, that's why I need to move into the office too. Stutzel for the Senators, Salamonson, Oliver Moore. So I'm just gonna try and go a little bit quicker here. Sorry, folks. Rantanen, Parekh, and Skinner on the outburst. Yeah, honestly, people don't put enough value on a 9. A 9's still a good grade. Line, Murashov, nice Murashov, and a Gunther. Like, 9s are still better than Pack Fresh, you know? Parekh, Montour, and Morrissey playoff variation. Troy Terry, Clattenburg, and Sam Bennett. Barzell, Levshinov, and Nate Danielson on the Dazzlers. Yeah, even sports people crack 9 and sell raw too, which is wild. I don't know. Yeah, Danielson's a solid dazzler. I think, like, long run, I hope people put, like, even, again, even from a pack, like, 8.5, like, 8 is technically pack fresh. You know? Like, 8.5 is pack fresh, what I would say. Somewhere's in that range. So, Easton Cowan, Barkov, clear cut young gun for the Capitals. Triniev. Not the guy that you want to see, but hey, is what it is. And like so many people are just like, oh, this is like near mint is 8.5. So many people get it's like, oh, near mint is rarer than that. Or like better than that. No, near mint is 8.5. Like your expectations are just insane. Snug, Nikishin, and Zach Hyman on the canvas. Rasmus Dahlin, Troy Terry, Nate Danielson to 199 on the rookie update. Nice little red on red color match. Tyler Seguin, Tom Wielander, Patrick Kane canvas. Hellebuck, Anthony Mantha to 250 for the Penguins. And Jack Devine with a Rinzel and a Kopitar. Near mint 7 PSA, yeah. Like all those cards that I think get a 7 as like excellent, which is technically a 4. And I had someone complain about it. It's like, do you know what an excellent is grading wise? Like, it is dumb that it's like a 4 or 6 or whatever, but all right. Let's keep it rolling here. Let me know if the kid's a little bit too much in the background, and I'll try and adjust some mic settings quickly. Gabe, because it's just where they put in the Four Nations stuff. You can barely even hear it? Okay. I can just hear it, but that's because, like, I don't know. It's a parental thing, I guess, so. But it's just, like, it's when they put all-star stuff from previous years and stuff. I do wish that they did it sooner for the exact reasons that you mentioned, but. Yeah, we're... there is no Four Nations stuff in Series 1 or Series 2. OPG paper, yeah. Yeah. We are in the process of trying to get our boy to start napping a little bit more. And he just doesn't like sleep. He really just does not like sleep. And we're trying to get him napping independently. And yeah, just because, like, you know, he's gonna have nap time at daycare, and yeah, so yeah. He is the definition of a FOMO baby, but we love him. I never napped when I was 19. It took a while for me to nap. Refuses to get up for school. See, I think he's going to be the exact opposite. I think he's going to be so excited to go to school. I hope he is, at least. I mean, I think both my wife and I were pretty excited to go to school, so. But we're both nerds, so. Rinzel, Ryan Leonard, and oh, that is sick for the Red Wings. Bob Probert on the black and white canvas. That is such a sick card. That is just... It's these canvases that I'm such a big fan of. But yeah, that's a sick card. Nice one there for the Red Wings. Aspero, Perot, and Sorokin. Schneider, Parekh, and Levchinov to $9.99 on the Trilogy rookie. Right in the display. Oop, there we go. Nearly dropped him in a fight. Did you hear Link Gates got arrested the other day? Frank Nazar. There's your Danielson, Young Gun, and Fowler. Forsberg for the Predators. Oliver Moore and Farinacci on the rookie update. Oh boy, he's really angry. Demidov on the first round picks. Ostlund and Easton Cowan, Young Gun for the Leafs. A really sick box here with some of the canvas parallels. I know, Sniz, you'll be ecstatic with that. We got a Playmakers coming up, so everyone bobble your head. Alright, here we go. Dalbeer, Kuntar, and Demidov. McKinnon, Seneca, and Jonathan Toews. I know it's Taze, it's just funny to say Toews for Winnipeg. That's weird to say Winnipeg still. Carlson, Borgo, Z for the Wild. Oliver Moore, Miro Heiskanen, and Lane Hudson. Why does he kind of look like Ovechkin on a beauty filter in this? Does anyone else see that? Lane Hudson, Playmakers for Montreal. Right? Like that's Ovechkin on a beauty filter. Young Gun canvas black and whites are typically one per case. Sometimes two. Yeah. Instagram Ovechkin. Hudson, Vancouver Giant legend Tristan Nielsen, Tommy Novak for the Penguins. Understood the assignment of Nichushkin, Mark Stone, and a Kachuk Dazzlers. The only thing he was dazzling in was the IR. Alright, let's do some sleeving and top loading. Yeah, I found out doing the sleeving and top loading during the breaks cut down on like my sorting time by enough that it's worth doing it. And it also just lets me talk and kind of like, you know, keep a coherent train of thought while trying to give a nice little break in the action. So obviously, like when we first did Whatnot, it was break, and it was insane. I mean, when we first started, we were doing like, I did like one day where we did I streamed for 8 hours, I think, straight. Demidov has a slightly bum corner on it, but. And then these, all of these typically have yeah, it's also got the bum corner on it. Like, I remember the one time we were up to like 2 a.m. with the one really big break. Yeah. Most of these won't be recapped. The, like the base Young Guns probably won't get recapped, just like the Senecas and the Fowlers and the Chernyshovs. But just because otherwise the recap takes a little bit too long. But I do like to do the numbered stuff. Young Gun. And the canvases too. I feel like the canvases are a worthy recap. All right, box 5. My stomach says it's lunchtime. Oh, it is lunchtime. It's 2 o'clock. I am starving. I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch. Probably have like a bagel. Oh, it's hailing. It is hailing outside. And it is like decently chunky hail. Here, let me go stick an umbrella outside. Then we'll get a real good bang in the break. See, the trick is that you gotta live out in Mission. Get that cheap gas, you know? Got a regular clear cut coming up. I guess we already hit a clear cut young gun, but we can get 2. Cadden, Kachuk, and Nate Danielson on the power play Speckley boys. The Crosmeister is Zephyr for the Canucks and Braden McNabb. Alex Tuck, Yanni Neiman, Lucas Dostal. Yanni Neiman, Zane Parekh. Matt Roy. It depends where in Vancouver wildly. But like last time, what was it on the way home yesterday? I think it was like $195 in Mission, but it should be a lot cheaper than that. Triniev, the Rantanen and a Markstrom. And then Suzuki, Tavares, and Dale for the Blues. But yeah. 210-ish is about, like, it's in the 2s normally. Sometimes Mission gets down to like 165, 170 right now, but other times it jumps up to like 2 something. Man, I hope it clears up in like a little bit, or it's just like maybe not hailing, because I don't think I want to do the grouse grind in a thunderstorm. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. All right, we have our first checklist, I believe. Philip Gustafson. Again, same thing with the checklist as per usual. If we hit 2, both teams will get 1. If we hit like a variation, and then we'll random off that, the loser will get the worst one. That type of thing. The first Canucks young gun, I think, was Verlander. And then there's Booyam there. But we did get a Zeev in this part. Come on. Why are these sleeves being a little bit difficult today? I feel like, I don't know if it's the sleeves are extended. Yeah, I saw like 210 in Surrey, and then further down the street like 206, and then somewhere else 200. Dawson, this is it. We'll be live next Wednesday though. So feel free to bookmark the next stream that says bookmark. It will be next Wednesday. Let me just go adjust that right now, because I don't know if I've adjusted it. Edit show. We'll have CHL SP game use more extended, and I don't know, something else. All right. Probably 10 a.m. again, but we'll see. So yeah, the next show is now actually at its proper upcoming time, so feel free to bookmark it. We haven't had an Outburst Young Gun yet. Rasmus, Draisaitl, Toothy, Brent Burns on the Outburst for the Avs. Shane Wright understood the assignment. Not sure about that one. Berkeley Cadden, first round rookies. Jean Carlson. Brady Kachuk, Reed Schaefer, and Tom Villander. I love this photo. Also, Beal, I forgot to comment. I still think the right pick in that draft was Logan Cooley. I had that draft like Cooley, Slavkovsky, and then I think I had right 3. Jack Hughes, Zeke William, and Bo Horvat on the Pink Dazzlers. I think part of his lack of development is just unfortunately being stuck in there's Dude Wears Makar, Kucherov, and Gavrikov being stuck in a team that hasn't developed a center prospect. But all right, the wife got him to lie down after just rubbing his back. My wife is legitimately just... I got very lucky with her. She is an incredible person, and I don't know. You know, like, our household's filled with, like, a lot of love and stuff, and just appreciation for each other, and she's just so good with him, and it's just, you know, it just makes you happy. Yeah. Yeah, like, Slav is good, don't get me wrong. I think he's, like, yeah, but I don't know. I would have taken Cooley first. Like, it's close enough, but, like, I think if you're just starting a team from scratch, you take Cooley every day of the week there. I mean, you probably take Hudson first overall, if we're being completely honest, but... All right, halfway point. I think my hot take is that the Habs going to the conference final actually hurts them a lot this year. It'll help them vibes-wise, but getting a bit of a bigger like team, thanks MTL breaks for the raid, by the way. Getting a bit of a better draft pick would have probably benefited them in the long run more this year. Because, like, I think they have a lot of upgrades left to do on their team. It's a good foundation, but they gotta just up their whatchamacallit. Like, they gotta shore up their defense. They do need, I think they need a second line center. Very clearly. I know Kirby Doc has kind of tried to be that guy. Yeah, I don't know if I want to bet on... I know Hage has been good and Jurovsky has been good, but I never want to bet fully on prospects. Yeah, Doc on his way out, that makes sense. But, like, you know, if they want to build on it next year, they need a legit 2C, and I don't know if you can give those minutes. Like, again, I like Deneau as your third-line guy. I like Evans as your fourth-line guy because he's a really good premium fourth-line guy. But, like, that'd be a team that, you know, Dylan Larkin would make a ton of sense from a fit standpoint. Koivunen, Halliday, and Leonard. Yeah, and that, I think, was the complaints about Dobson in the Island, right? Draisaitl for the Oilers, Levchinov, and Bernard Docker on the outburst. Crosby, Berkeley Cadden, and Adrian Kempe. So, like, they need to shore up that top four for sure. Cam Lund, Kamel, and Easton Cowan. The good news for them is that Hudson went supernova this year, and if he can kind of maintain that pace, then great. Faber, Bowman, Hurdle. Jesper Bratt, Quinn Hughes, and Kyrou. So, yeah, like, I think he's going to be a maintain rather than a, like, explode, but, yeah. Because I do think, yeah, but I do think the targeting of him also, pointed some, and it's not necessarily him, it's, I think the team as a whole has, like, some weaknesses that need to be addressed, right? Like, again, they do need more scoring. I really would like to see them get, again, I think they need 2 top 6 forwards realistically. And preferably, like, a second line center and another top 6 forward. And, like, I don't want them to panic trade for them, but, like, also, you know, Oslin, Nikishin, and Ryan Leonard on the holographics. Nice one there. So, well, it's just like, is what it is. Matthew Schaefer with a Berkeley Cadden and a Shane Pinto. Yeah. Yeah, they need some players that are better at getting, like, transitioning, like, turning the puck over, transitioning it, and maintaining possession. Blackwood, Jarvis, and Parekh to 1999 on the Parekh. So, the Habs and Nye stuff is crazy. I mean, the fact that trade didn't go through, the Leafs are so lucky. Zook, Chemler, and Hartman. The fact that Treliving was still a GM at the deadline is wild to me. Caulfield, Demidov, and a Wedgwood to 250. Kaskamaki, Camlon, Curtis Douglas on the canvas. It's funny because, like, who's Curtis Douglas in this photo? Yeah. Knives would have actually been a really good fit on that team. And, like, that's the type of trades that I want to see them do, is, like, those age gap trades. Robert Thomas would be a really good fit for that team. I'm a big Robert Thomas fan, but yeah, that'd be who I would like to see them target. Like, you need an established player who's in the similar age, and I don't care if it costs you like 4 first-round picks. Any Jets Young Guns yet? I think you got a Salamonson at some point. I'm not sure though. But yeah, they need that. They need a really good complement to Suzuki, where like I think it'll also help Suzuki to get, not that he was a problem in the playoffs type of thing. Like, his play wasn't bad. His play was actually really good. He actually was one of the few Habs that held his own against the Hurricanes. But having someone that can help lift that burden off of him to be like the guy all the time, I think would be really helpful. Obviously, it'd be helpful for every team, and they're a team that, like, if you can foster the right environment for a player like Pettersson, I wouldn't hate it, because you can save on assets and they have the cap space. But I forget who he slapped, but yeah, I know it's like a meme and all with Pettersson, but I legitimately think he's going to provide you second line value at the worst case scenario. And then, like, best case scenario, he rebounds a little bit. And you're going to be able to get him for, like, third line assets. I think, again, the big thing moving forward in the NHL over the next couple of years, if the cap continues to grow up, again, barring a financial crisis, it probably will, but I mean, yeah, he's always going to... Him saying the right things wasn't really ever the issue. It was more just like... I feel like the team told him to put weight on when, if anything, he needed to, like, play the same weight. Like, Tyler Myers is actually a really good example of a player who, like, traditionally you see those players and they just try and bulk up as much as they can, but Tyler Myers actually, like, intentionally got leaner. Like, he intentionally made sure to keep his weight in check, and it's led to him being a healthier player as a result. But, like, I still think, and I think if Pettersson was a free agent this offseason, he'd easily be getting $8 million as a free agent, because there's no free agent centers, like, none, that you can even see kind of in a top 6 role. Maybe if you squint your eyes at some of them, but, like... And the same thing is true for next year. There's not a ton of first lines. There's not a ton of top 6 centers. And the guys that are available next year are guys that don't play center a ton, right? So, like, we're going to enter an era where the cap growth is exploding. There's not a ton of good quality UFAs. There's not a ton of good UFAs. And then, as a result, when the cap's exploding and that's happening, the premium, instead of getting placed on like saving on your cap hits, is saving on your assets to have more to like fire off for those big trades. You know, those Matthew Nyes level trades, the Austin Matthews level of trades to upgrade your team, because you can afford to take on an inefficient contract if it gives you a talent that you can't otherwise get. You got something different coming up here. Demidov, Kale McCarr, Day with the cup of Mackie Samoskevich for the Panthers. Her sister's better, or his sister's better. It was Jurovsky. I forget how to pronounce his name. 2 firsts and another prospect that wasn't a top prospect. So like a decent haul, but not good enough for a cost-controlled, skilled power forward winger. You know. McAvoy, Berkeley Cadden, and John Tavares. Yeah, exactly. Laff, Demidov, and Villander for the Canucks. So, yeah, and in division, and a player that like you hate to play against. You know, Hyman, Triniev, and Levchinov. And you know that's going to give a lot of motivation to Nyes every time he sees you. Crosby, Schaefer, and Logan Cooley on the outburst. This case has seemed kind of quiet, hasn't it? Monahan, Schaefer, and Crosby. Like, we've gotten stuff, but nothing. Yeah, the Minton to Boston with Carlo is wild. I mean, the fact that they were as bad as this, but... Yeah. Well, like... Yeah, they might not have their first round pick the next 2 years, and they're not guaranteed to be good. Them winning the draft lottery was actually, like, a huge deal. Yeah. To be fair, Justin Pogge looked legit at the World Juniors, but so did Tuukka Rask. I remember those World Juniors. I fell asleep in one of those games because I was like, what? I don't know how old I was. I was younger, but... Yeah, I hope he doesn't get too much pressure. Like, he's going to take a couple of years. Kadri, Daniel Boot, nice one there, and Otto Stenberg, Ivar's brother. I could see them either trading back or taking Stenberg. I think Stenberg makes a lot of sense for them. McDavid, Wolf, and Perreault. Levchinov, Foundations of Dalbeer, and Mikko Rantanen. Stenberg is yeah, so I fell asleep because like I think we only missed 2 or 3 total games. It was a lot of hockey. I loved it though. Kamel, Cadden, and Kamel again on the holographics. But yeah, Stenberg is a much more complete player. I don't know if Hellebuck would leave to go to Toronto, to be honest. Dude wears McCarr Taylor version, Koivunen and Rossi. Hischier, McAvoy. That's a solid pull. Deluxe Young Gun for the Sharks of Chernyshov to 250. Chernyshov Deluxe to 250. Got that nice little teal color match. That is a very, very solid pull for the Sharks. Who had them? See Liu, let's go. All right, Triniev, I'm sorry. You're the weakest link. Goodbye. Hellebuck? Nah, I think Hellebuck's to the States. I think Edmonton's in a lot of trouble, man. Like, yeah. Yeah, but, like, I don't know if the Jets are going to want to trade him to there, and I don't know if he's going to want to waive to go there. He might because McDavid. That's the biggest thing, but, like, you're only guaranteed 2 more years of McDavid. And if McDavid doesn't stay, that franchise is cooked. Yeah. Edmonton... Yeah. They just were so poorly managed. Like, it really is, like, not... Oh, it's sunny out now. It really is probably an understatement to say that they were really poorly managed. Yeah. Who is the there's a goalie that people were talking about that would be interesting that might be available. I mean, honestly, Hellebuck to Detroit, if they're trying to make a big splash, makes some sense. Oh, is Wallstedt. Wallstedt could be an interesting target for a few teams too. But like Wallstedt for like Wallstedt plus for Larkin. That's at least spicy. I mean, the Demko situation is going to be: can he stay healthy for 30 games? Like, can he play 10 games in a row without getting injured? Legitimately, that's what it is. I think they have to treat him like they have to start treating him like a premium spot starter, essentially. But like he's just been so unlucky with injuries, right? You feel bad, but you kind of have to like. The Canucks are one of the teams, and I said this last year. What they should have done is that they should have tried out Shelov's, Lankinen, and Demko. Given Demko his 40 starts or so, I would like you give Demko his 40 starts or whatever. Like honestly, like 35 even. And that's it. He doesn't back up a single time. Lankinen is in every single game, whether it's starting or backup. And you give 35. Let's say you gave 35 starts to Demko. You give like 30 to Lankinen. You're at 65, and then that leaves you with what, like 20, less than 20, like 18, 17 for Shelovs. Oh wait, it's 21 this year because are we up to 84 games this year? I think we're up to 84 games this year. Ugh. The NHL needs less regular season games, not more. I think that would also actually help fix tanking, too. Because you have less games that, like, you know, to be bad at. Zephyr, Sandin Pelika, and Awesome of Snuggie. Hunter Skinner. Brady Martin. And, hey, that's a sick card for the Bruins. Bobby Orr canvas. Yeah, the playoffs need to go back to 1 through 8. You cannot have another year of, like, a 1v... or a 7v8 seed. Like, the East had a 7v8 matchup. And, like, they're not... The whole point was to manufacture really good first-round matchups. And rivalries. But, like, rivalries don't come from that. Rivalries come from later rounds where the pressure's higher and, you know, you have more at stake. Raymond Osland. And to 100 exclusives Young Gun of Trevor Kuntar for the Sabres. We're talking about the playoff format sucking. Honestly, one of the not great Young Guns to get, but it's an exclusive, so whatever. It's already sold, so there is unfortunately No best price left again today. But we'll be live next week, so. Oh, Fire Lizard. You picked the wrong boxes, by the way, for last time. Nylander, Jake Fowler, and Mikhail Sergachev. We pulled 2 clear-cut Young Guns, including a Seneca, so Knucklehead has every right to... We have a Red Outburst. We have a right to beef with you. Or they have a right to beef with you. Aho, Michael Misa, Nikolai Ehlers. Red Outburst to 25 for the Carolina Hurricanes. Beauty red on red color match. There we go. Been too long without a Red Outburst from this extended. That's pretty. Canes. I hope the Canes win. Ehlers is such a good player. It's really funny seeing Winnipeg go like, we don't need speed. Murchison, Stützle, and Jason Robertson. When like, yes, you need speed. All right, Knucklehead. So remember how Fire Lizard said to trust him with the box picks on the random for the 6-box case? Last time when you got the Ducks. Yeah, he unfortunately chose the wrong 6 boxes because the other 6 boxes had a Seneca clear-cut Young Gun in it. So, you can get mad at him. And, yeah. The flip side is that, you know, Anaheim in the other break was very happy, so. Hey, at least you still got 1 Seneca Young Gun. I'm running out of stands here. I'm running out of room for stands is the other issue. Do I have any back there? What comes off a stand? I mean, like the Triniev, I guess. I like putting the Outburst up there. All right, here we go. Danielson, Jakai, and Weisblatt. But yeah, we had a case that had 2 clear cut. We didn't get, I will note, we didn't get like the acetate premium hit. Hughes, Caulfield, and Zegras, unless they count the printing plate, I guess. Or no, that was a different case. Stamkos, Cowan, Matthew Wood. Yeah, I love the Outburst. Schaefer, Dalbeer, Zibanejad, Kopitar, Butietz, and Lindholm for the Bruins. And then Larkin, Dobson, and Ben Kindle on the Dazzlers for the Penguins. Yeah, the red Outbursts, the color match Outbursts are sick. I'm hoping, honestly, in future years, it'd be cool if they had like the foil technology to do them in the team's colors. I know it adds some cost to the product, but like when boxes are this expensive, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Look, I think we got the worst case of extended for singles, so you're welcome for taking that off the market. Like legitimately every single Young Gun parallel we hit except for the clear cut, which was the Leafs goalie, Akhtiamov, was about as bad as you could get. The only real notable thing we got from the entire case, like we got 1 Seneca Young Gun, we got 3 of like all the bad Young Guns. The only real notable thing we got, I mean, we got an acetate Young Gun of LeChance, but outside of that, it's like a Demidov trilogy rookie out of 99, which is sick, but like, you know, no problem. And then like, I don't know if we'll be able to do it for this case, but because hopefully we get all the Young Guns in this case. But that first pick your team case we did, I don't know if Celebrezzi's in here because it's the only person I haven't been able to message. That first case was the we actually ended up not getting 4 of the base Young Guns and then 1 of the first round rookies, which was a Zephyr. So the whole reason that like I went through that case was to pull stuff out so that, you know, when you get into a case break, you expect one of a Young Gun, right? Like, so we made sure we pulled out like the Cat and the Lardis, so like 2 good Young Guns too, and the Zephyr. It's like, ugh, but whatever. At the end of the day, I'd rather, you know, make sure someone's happier with their spot, especially at the price you pay for the Islanders, right? I'd rather make sure that you get at least one of the Zephyr first-round rookies than none. Luckily, we got them this break, so. All right. Danielson Gold Outburst. I mean, I'll take any Gold Outburst. Personally. Gustafson, LeChance, speaking of, Yanni Neiman. But yeah, if you're someone collecting Chain LeChance, let me know. Rasmus Dahlin, Steve Booyah, Mackenzie Weegar, because we do have the acetate Young Gun of his. Akhtiamov, Booyah, and Chuba. Berkeley Cadden, Sam Rinzel, and Rasmus of the Dahlins. Yeah. I mean, I get having them listed high, right? Crosby, Lardis on the Young Guns, Landeskog. Alex Tuck, Brady Tkachuk, and Berkeley Cadden. They're sick, eh? I still won't forget pulling the Marner. That's the, like, one of the first times that we've pulled a, like, true top of the line product hit. Like, one of the cards you want to pull from the product. There's been times where we pulled really good cards from a product. But, like, in terms of, like, the rare, low-numbered stuff, like, anything out of 10 or less type of thing. Because, like, we pulled Celebrini, Future Watch patch autos and stuff. But Shane Wright, Misa on the first round, Draisaitl. Neiman, Carlson, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, black and white canvas. Tristan Burroughs, Perek, and Will Cooley. Or won't Cooley. Suzuki, Mikko Rantanen, and Dylan Guenther to 333 on the UD3s. And I am so glad that these aren't die cut. Brady Tkachuk, Chernyshov, and Marner. No, I just don't like when they're really finicky die cuts. Jack Hughes, Tavares, Brady Martin to 199. Like the UD3s in 23-24 were annoying to sleeve and top load, and they never really got, a lot of them didn't get cut cleanly either, so they were like fragments of cards, and they just were so easy to get damaged during sorting and stuff. It's so annoying. Especially because, like, they didn't have value either. Oh, the, is that, that's metal, right? Or is that flare? I forget. I don't know. All the products run similar at a certain point. I think it's flare. We still have a master case of that, by the way, if people are interested in boxes on it. I might mix them into stuff. It seems like a good product to mix into something. Maybe we can do like that mixed with like CHL next week. That could be fun. Come on, silly sleeve. All right, let's go this way. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know. It's a premium base product, so how many boxes left? 3. 3 boxes to go. Another numbered card. All right. The final quarter. Come on. Cut. Please. See if we play. Cut. Yeah, that's fair. It's a set that like they could have reduced the print run by like 75% and kept it at the same price and people would have liked it more, I think. It's like the base cards are beautiful. It's just they're way too frequent and the inserts are quite frankly ugly for the most part in that set. It's the same problem as EX. Except it had better quality control than EX. Or like, again, Flair's another good example of if they want to do a set like that, you put those cards into like extended. Like, if you had it priced like extended, then, or not extended, like if you put those cards in extended where it's like, you're happy to get that as like a case hit type of card, but combined together, you're just like, eh. Or if it's like 1 per box type of thing. I don't know. I think that they could do this. I think they're going to be an extended just because it gives an extra reason for the product to sell. And then it also allows them to get the debuts from the entire year. But, yeah. Like, I would like them to long-term have them in there. So. But, alright. Here we go. Gabe Perreault, Hunter Skinner, Nate Danielson. Final third. We haven't gotten a single Outburst Young Gun yet, have we? Maybe we got 1. Bedard, Tage Thompson, and Mitchie Marner. Maybe we got 1 early on. Leo Carlson, second Fowler, and a Seneca. Matthew Wood, Jack Eichel. I think we got 1. Now that I think about it, I think we got 1, but it wasn't major. It was in this pile. It's not in this pile. It's not in this pile. Maybe we didn't. I don't think we did, actually. I don't think we've gotten a single one yet. So we should, in theory, have 2 here. Rantanen. But we also, yeah, should, in theory, have 2. Matt Duchene. Easton Cowan. That's a weird spot for that. And Saros. Besser, McKinnon, and Jesper Bratt. I'm just going to make sure I didn't do anything while I was on autopilot there. We got both the playoff and the base variations. No, I didn't miss anything. Cool. Yeah, we got the exclusives. Which is like just hiding back there. But there we go. We haven't gotten a canvas black and white Young Gun yet either, right? Nikishin Konechny. Oh, speak of the Douglas. For Tampa Bay. Yeah. I'd really like to see them position extended as like an update set more than just like a series 3. Because I'd like to see more update photos of players, things like that, right? Murchison, Seneca, and a Howard truck canvas for the Jets. Again, Jets are with the old Jets in this break. Pretty much moving forward, they'll always be there. Shesterkin, Ovechkin, and Sandin Pelika to 1999. Ovechkin, Denver Barkey, woof woof. Yeah, like I view it as I mean, playoffs is going to be tough because you're running into Series 1 territory, McBain. I view it as like an end of the like August type set, but Point, Cowan, and Matejchuk on the photo variation for the Blue Jackets. Zane Perek on the first round rookies. Cowan and Kent Johnson. But like put some of your update autographs that you get in. Like if you have like I'd like to see it just be a pure update set. You know, I think it'd help a little bit there. But alright. Sleeve and top load. We're down to the final 2 boxes without any Outburst Young Guns. I'm pretty sure. Oh, and the boy is back up. I'm fine with them doing like playoff variations in Series 1 or Series 2 of the next year. Personally, but someone had a good idea on YouTube in that the first round rookies, like they have their, if they keep them at their regular like draft portraits, but have have a base variation being the photo, I think that'd be cool. Yeah, because he debuted. He doesn't have one because he debuted in 2020 at the end of the 2024-25 season. So any player that debuted at that point won't have them. I guess they'll have their, because like it's gonna be an agreement between Upper Deck and the NHL type of thing. I don't think Detroit has any. So. I do hope that they let the players wear multiple jerseys and that they like get to keep them get to keep one because, you know, I'd be a little bit upset. It's like, yeah, the one jersey that you get for making the NHL, like your debut jersey, the first jersey you ever played in. Yeah, you can't have that. That would suck. Okay, I just want to go through our outbursts to make sure that I'm not missing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So no first round rookie or other dazzlers yet. Yeah. Like, I think that's fine. But it's like, I think it is a cool concept. It's probably the best thing that Fanatics has done in the hobby. Outside of it, extend redemptions in baseball cards for 10 years. The Cards HQ guy or Gary V, or there's a few of them. So like Jeff Wilson is the guy's name, maybe. Schaefer debut jersey, like actual, because he wore 3 of them. Oh, buddy. It's like, I don't want to nap. Napping's evil. But I'm tired. Green, Perot, Easton Cowan. We've hit a lot of holographics. Like, I'm worried that we're not going to get a single Outburst Young Gun. Jack Devine, or Devine, sorry. Green and Vince Dunn. Tage, Sam Reinhart, Gabe Perot. Oh, King of the Cards. Oh, okay. Oop. That is a canvas of Forsling that just skirted out there. Got caught on my fingernails. Byfield, Boutiette, Fantilli. Pasternak, Neiman, and Swagnificent of Brock Besser for the Canucks. Definition of swag. Florian Jackai, Colton Dock, and then that was the Forsling canvas there. We have no. Oh, I think we did. Yeah, we pulled one in the singles case. That's our best canvas Young Gun, I believe. Yeah. Hey, that'll make the card popular. So I'm trying to speed up so I can go help my wife a little bit. Tavares, Jimmy, Braden Coots. Oh, Outburst Young Gun, all right. Kachuk, Besser, Ty Murchison. Yeah, he's not very happy right now. Keller, Villander, Matthews. Let's sleeve up the Murchison. Yeah, I was hoping to have been done about an hour ago. Just, that's okay. It happens. Levshinov, Stutzla, and Stutzla. Double the Timmies, double the Stews. Another red? No, I don't think so. Ovechkin, Murashov, and Brock Nelson. McDavid, Leonard, and Dylan Holloway. All right. I'll sleeve and topple those after. I'm just trying to get through this quickly for him. So. And we got the one random, and then that is all she wrote for the day. He is also teething. Those, I'm guessing teething is a good reason why we don't remember our baby years, because that's got to be so painful, man. Like, just tooth pain in general sucks, and imagine, like, yeah. He's got his little bottom chompers coming in. But I think the top ones are coming up next. Yeah. Yeah, he's been teething, it seems like, for a long time. Oh, we got a trilogy out of 99, I think, coming up. Yeah. It's funny how much, like, you learn about just how different everyone's development is and stuff. It really is cool. All right. Let's see if we get something fancy here. Levshinov, Kopitar, and Jonathan Lekaramaki on the clear cut. Otto Stenberg with a Ben Kindle and a Adrian Kempe Four-Nation face-off for the LA Kings on the canvas. Elias Pettersson, Victor Hedman, and Easton Cowan, numbered 66 of 99. So whatever way you flip the card, on the trilogy level 3 rookie premieres. That's good. Velarde, Zeev for the Canucks, and Vejmelka. Kyle Connor, Patrick Kane, and Easton Cowan on the rookie update to 1999. Beautiful. We hit a second checklist, so I don't need to do the random there. Schaefer on the reflections and Rupe Hintz. Perfect timing there. All right, will we get anything acetate or anything like extremely case hitty? Unless the red outbursts count. A nice pred would be awesome. Well, nothing acetate-y, so. Ryan Leonard, Jimmy Snuggerud. There's our young gun outburst. Austin Matthews, Jimmy Snuggerud, Denver Barkey, Florida. Or Florida. Philly. I'm losing it, man. Philly sweeping them. Konechny. Milich. Hey, there's a Milich and Larkin. Philly gets both. Yep. Michael Misa, Kucherov. Kucherov's got a bit of a bum corner. Sagan on the understanding the assignment. 5, 6. Fantilli, Pinelli, and Dubois. And finishing things off here, Macklin Celebrini, Matthew Schaefer, and a Philip Forsberg Dazzlers. Instructions unclear. Nice looking Predators card. Yeah, Flyers are a good team, man. They're solid. I mean, like, yeah. All right. I'm gonna get to the recap here, just because I'm gonna try and help my wife here. But I'll try and get this sorted. Shipments will try and get out Monday. I believe I have to get some of them out Monday anyways, because of how the 48 hours things works. It's really, side note, really annoying that like the 48 hours is from time of purchase rather than time of show. It'd be a lot better if it was time of show, but I guess then people could keep cheesing that. But yeah. So recap time. Canvas of Howard Chalk, black and white of Douglas, Osum gold of Snuggerud, or canvas, Otto Stenberg, Young Gun canvas, Douglas, Vilander, Easton Cowan, Hunter Skinner. Is that really all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't we get another one? I feel like we got another one, but I don't know. Maybe I'm missing one. Outbursts were Barkey and Murchison. Fowler, Chernishaw, Triniev was a clear cut. Fowler again, Cadden, Schaefer, Lardis, some of the more notable young guns. Cowan, level 3 Premier to 99. Asp, Wood to 199. Gunther to 333. Some updates of Perot, Perek, Dvorsky, Farinacci, Rinzel, Danielson to 199. Levshinov to 999 on the Trilogy rookie. Deluxes of Wedgwood, Mantha, exclusives of Forrester. We hit Matejchuk base variation, Morrissey, and Ottinger playoff variations in terms of like the top hits. And we got an exclusives young gun of Kantar, so that puts us up to two deluxes. The Chernyshov deluxe, which is pretty sick with the teal on teal foil. We got one base Seneca, a day with a cup of Samoskevich. The Lane Hudson, definitely beauty filtered Ovechkin. I can't say words. The Provert black and white canvas is also pretty sick, but hit of the break, I mean, I just love red outbursts when they're color matched. So Ehlers, that's the hit of the break in my opinion. You can disagree, but that's group break 671. We will be live next Wednesday with more extended and CHL SP game use. So take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I'm off. If you've got any questions, feel free to message me. But see ya. And again, thanks so much for tuning in. Always appreciated.